Let's go. Turn up the volume. From the basement of the Empire State, this is the Basement Surge with John and Frank.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Basement Surge, everybody. Frank, how you doing? Oh, Frank's not here today. Frank? Are you there? Oh. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. Frank could not make it today. He has something very special going on. Actually, probably right at this moment, he has his baby shower for the new baby that he's been talking about on the show. But me and my family, we aren't going because it's a large crowd and it's not something right now we're comfortable with. So whatever. The reason why I'm doing this episode is because I didn't want to go 2 weeks without doing another episode because we didn't release one last week. But all right. Before we get into that, just if you're listening to the episode on a podcast listening platform, stop right now because you could be watching this over on YouTube. So head on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. I don't have Frank here to say, his line like he always does. I don't want to say it because I won't do it justice. So, but yeah, head on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and show some support. If you hear some banging in the background, that's only my kids running around upstairs. I got a full house today, and yeah. Okay, so. If you are watching this over on YouTube, you probably noticed that I am wearing a sling. Okay. This is the reason why we didn't release an episode last week. So what happened was that our last episode that Frank and I did was the A&E WWE Legends of Stone Cold. And I stunned him at the end of the episode. So if you stuck around to the end of the episode, you got to see me stun Frank. Which was pretty freaking hilarious. And so Frank wound up exacting his revenge on me and put a little curse on me. So, this is because of him. My broken shoulder, I can't move my arm now, and it's all messed up. That's because of Frank. Yeah. But no, seriously. I was playing soccer with my kids in a big field, and I was running top speed, and I don't know, maybe it's just not being as young as I used to be, or because I'm pushing 40. I'm getting there. I'm getting close, and it's like maybe I'm just out of shape. Maybe I've been behind the podcasting desk too long, and my legs aren't what they used to be. So what had happened is I was running top speed in the field with the soccer ball, and I wound up tripping over my own 2 feet. It's embarrassing to say, yes. I tripped over my own 2 feet, and on the way down, I decided to be the cool dad and try to do one of those Die Hard rolls that Bruce Willis does in the movies. And I wound up landing right on my shoulder. And as soon as I hit the ground, I heard 3 cracks. And I got up, I grabbed my shoulder, and I started feeling around. And I noticed there's a bump. There's a pretty big bump. And I was like, all right. As soon as I jumped up, felt my shoulder, turned over to my wife, and I said, all right, hospital now. Because I heard the 3 cracks. I knew something broke. And I wanted to get to the hospital as soon as I could. And that's what we did. So, but it was funny because when we got to the hospital, I'm standing there basically holding my arm up in pain, like waving back and forth like a crazy man because I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't put my arm down. And they made me wait almost 2 hours to even see a doctor to even go to get my x-rays and see what the hell was wrong with me. And I'm standing around for 2 hours just waiting to see somebody, which is ridiculous. I mean, I get that there are more important people there that need their attention, and I get that. But I mean, if you're in a hospital and you're in like agonizing pain because you're injured or something's going on, you should be seen first. You know, like aside from all the heart attacks and the strokes and all the real emergency stuff, like I think if you are in chronic pain, like real pain, then you should be seen first. But I sat around for 2 hours, just even waiting to see a doctor, and we got there, and you know, it was just packed. You know, it was packed with people who were sick, who were injured, who some didn't even have anything wrong with them, you know, and it was a scary situation, especially in these times. But, you know, so me and my wife, we kept our distance from everybody. You know, we stood aside in the corners somewhere, wherever we could. And, you know, but by the time they got to me and took my x-rays, it was the x-ray technician was a nice guy. But it was weird because, like, to x-ray his shoulder, he made me sit on the edge of the table and lean back and just hold myself like at like a 40-degree angle. Not even laying down, nothing supporting me. I had to hold myself up. And it was a weird experience. And then, you know, he took a bunch of more pictures, me standing up next to a wall, some more x-rays. And it turns out that I tore 3 ligaments in my shoulder. I guess those were the 3 cracks that I had heard when I fell. And my arm, my whole right arm, and my shoulder dropped. It literally like kind of dislocated and separated from my collarbone and from my chest. And yeah, like, how do you do that? Like, I am not that old to be breaking like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous that I would hurt myself that bad. And the only relief I felt in the pain was if I took the arm and held it up back into where it was, back into place. And, you know, it was brutal because it was painful, you know. And I got there and I thought, I got to the hospital and I thought that maybe I had dislocated my arm in my shoulder. And I thought, all right, well, at least that's no big deal. So I'm thinking the whole time I'm there, I have a separated shoulder and they're just going to pop it back in and I'll feel fine after. But that wasn't the case. Yeah, they took the x-rays, they took the pictures, and I wound up tearing 3 ligaments. And my shoulder now will basically never be the same. So that was like almost 2 weeks ago now. And yeah, I've been to the orthopedist since. And he basically told me, he said, all right, well, those ligaments will fuse back together eventually, but your arm will always be lower now. And you'll always have that bump at the top of your shoulder. So I was like, all right, well, is it, because I was reading articles and it was saying that, you know, the swelling will go down, the bump will go down, and, you know, it'll start to look normal again. But maybe it will. I mean, it's only been maybe almost 2 weeks since it's happened, but I haven't seen any change in the bone that's sticking out. I mean, you can kind of see it here in the video right there, but it's annoying. And, you know, in the mirror, it's like I'm kind of deformed now. It's strange, you know. The doctor was saying that I would still get full motion of my arm, which is good. I'll still be able to use it and, you know, lift weights and go to the gym and go exercise and play with my kids and just live a normal life. The only thing is that I'll have a bump on my shoulder and my right arm will be lower than my left. That's it. I guess that's all right. You know, it's not so bad, but it could be worse. There is a corrective surgery that the doctor said that he could do, which is basically lifting my arm back up to where it was and then fusing it with a plate in my collarbone. but he said basically I'd be trading the bump for a scar, and that's just about it. There's really no other purpose for it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just leave it. The hell with it. I'll live with the deformity, and that'll be that. So, but yeah, this is the reason why Frank and I didn't put an episode out last week, because I was in so much pain last week. I couldn't even sleep, and I couldn't even stand here, let alone work a mouse and a stream deck, so to do a show. So we took the week off, and today is Saturday that I'm recording, but usually Frank and I record sometime during the week. This way I have the weekend to spend with the family, or just finish off the editing and get everything done for the episode for next week. But and I was going to let it go again another week, but I was like, you know what? No, the hell with it. I'll do a show by myself because Frank's busy and this is kind of impromptu. So because I had told him that we'll put off another week, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go 2 weeks without an episode. So here we are. You get me by myself talking about my broken body, and yeah. So all right. So the last episode that Frank and I had done was the A&E WWE Legends, which is epic because they're going to be going over a whole bunch of different legends. You got Stone Cold. They started off with Stone Cold. I think they did. They're doing Roddy Piper and so Macho Man Randy Savage. So yeah, it's going to be a great series. I'm excited for it. I think it's running a total of like 2 months. I think one every Sunday night on A&E at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, you gotta go check that out. It's really cool. Now, another thing I'm bummed out about, that actually I don't really get to talk about this when Frank is here because he's not really that interested. But I'm a big archer. I shoot a bow. I have a compound bow, and I love going to the range. And I'm hoping to get out hunting one season soon. With my shoulder like this now, that's going to be kind of hard. The orthopedist the other day, because I did tell him that I like to shoot the bow and I go to the range and everything, and he did say that I could start going once my arm stops hurting, because and I told him that I said, listen, with the bow I pull 60 pounds. It's a 60-pound draw weight, so every time I shoot an arrow I got to pull 60 pounds back. And he's like, yeah, you could do that. Just once it stops hurting, go ahead, go out to the range, practice. So I'm thinking my first day back to the range, I'm going to lower the weight on the bow, maybe down to 40 pounds. This way it'll be a little easier for me. I don't want to kill it any more than it is already. The doctor did say that I'm not going to hurt anything else in my arm. Like there's no chance of me tearing a muscle or, dislocating something. He goes, right now it is what it is, and that's it. You're not going to hurt yourself any more than you are. So, which is good. But I still kind of want to take it easy with the bow, especially with that much weight that I'd be pulling. I mean, right now it's still kind of hard. I still can't even pick up my daughter. So yeah, it's still really hurting, but I cannot wait to get back to the range. I can't wait to start shooting again. I'm actually really good. I'm pretty good at the bow, at shooting, and it's a good therapy to get out there and shoot, and it's great too because I do it with one of my best friends, John, and my wife Heather. She loves to go. She loves to shoot. She's got her own bow, so it's a good time we get to spend together. It's great. So yeah, you leave the kids at home and you go out and you have a good time, right? But so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe in the next 2 weeks, I'll start getting out there and start shooting again. But oh man, so another one of the big developments here in the studio is that I just recently bought a Cricut. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Cricut is, a Cricut allows you to create t-shirts. It allows you to make coffee mugs and thermoses, and basically you can customize anything you want. So you could do notebooks, t-shirts, glasses, mugs, signs, just literally anything you can DIY, you can put something on it. So I'm going to be making a whole bunch of Basement Surge t-shirts, putting them up in the store, and we'll see how that goes. They'll probably be pretty funny ones, ones that only Frank and I will have. And if you see a shirt that I'm wearing and you'd like to have it, head on over to thebasementsurge.com and you can get your own and use the code GOAT for 15% off. These shirts are really awesome. They're really soft. We just went to Michael's yesterday. We bought 6 t-shirts, 6 blanks, and it's really soft, and it's good material. And we tested it out for the first time last night, and it came out really good. Like it could be something, like it is something you would buy in the store. And so they're going to be reasonably priced because, again, we bought them at Michael's and they're like $3 a pop. So, if you counter in materials and labor and all that stuff, then we're looking to sell $15 to $20 shirts, and so it'll be really, really awesome. I think you guys are gonna love it. But at the same time of making shirts, hats, and notebooks and all this other stuff for the Basement Surge, I am working on a separate project. I'm working on a platform for vodcasters that's going to be coming out maybe in the next month or two. And I am working diligently on this thing. I'm working every day, and I'm building literally from the ground up a brand new platform for vodcasters to get on and be famous. So if you are a vodcaster, if you're a podcaster with a camera and you record your shows on camera, hit me up, send me a message, head on over to thebasementsurge.com and go over to the contact page and send us an email and let me know if you're interested in more information. Let me know if you're interested in getting on the platform. More details about the platform will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm not ready to disclose what it is yet or what's happening, but I can tell you that it's going to be epic. It's going to change the market. So keep an eye on that. And, again, head on over to thebasementsurge.com. Send me an email. Let me know if you're interested. And, we'll send you some details. But, I guess that's about it. I mean, I don't really have much to talk about without Frank here. He's, all right, everybody. So I guess that's it. If you're watching this over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and because Frank and I, we come up with videos every week, and we have a Let's Play series, and we come out with a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you want to watch all of our previous episodes, head on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So Frank and I will be back next week. I promise. He'll be here. You won't just get me. It won't just be boring. Although this is a quick episode. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Head on over to thebasementsurge.com to listen and watch all of our shows. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and come back next week. All right, everybody. We'll see ya.
Let's go. Turn up the volume. From the basement of the Empire State, this is the Basement Surge with John and Frank.